Hey, welcome back to my channel. If you're new, my name's Margaret. I make videos on YouTube, and today I wanted to talk about how I grew out my hair. This is kind of like naturally, it's a little wavy, but it's grown quite long. It's like down past my chest in length, and it's really healthy. This is like my entire natural color, but I wanted to talk about like how I got it so long and also how I grew out my eyelashes. Just to give you an idea, I don't have fake lashes on or anything, but that's how long they are, and it's mainly because I use a few different things, and I wanted to give you my advice on how to achieve long hair and also like get long eyelashes if you're interested in that. So keep watching. The first few things I want to make sure, number one, that you're not deficient in any vitamins or minerals, and that you're having enough protein in your diet, because if you are deficient in certain things like iron, for example, your hair will thin and your hair will fall out more than if you're not. So I do recommend getting a blood test, making sure that you have a healthy diet, that you aren't lacking in anything like that, because those could be the initial reasons why your hair's not growing fast, or why you aren't, having that kind of same hair growth that you are trying to achieve. I did get a blood test earlier this year, and I was deficient in some things, and so since changing my diet, I've noticed my hair growing much longer than it was before. A second thing I want to make sure is that you want to avoid chemically dyeing your hair or treating it. I had my hair bleached multiple times when I was in high school, and it really damages the hair cuticle, and so it won't grow. It won't maintain the same length. What you'll end up getting is a lot of breakage. The ends of my hair are much lighter, actually. It's hard to tell, but it's a much lighter shade of brown, and it's because I bleached my hair blonde. And even now I still have a lot of ends that split because the hair cuticles have been fried from the bleach and the dye. So I do recommend if you want to start growing your hair, just to not dye it and to leave it its natural color, because then it's at its healthiest and strongest point. Then if you chemically treat it, it'll hurt the actual hair follicle. The third thing is I also want to emphasize avoiding heat damage. So curling your hair, straightening your hair, all of those things, it's going to damage the health of your hair. So along with dyeing, you want to avoid blow drying it all the time. I let my hair air dry most of the time. I don't own a hair dryer, so it kind of makes it easier for me. And I stopped straightening my hair, which made the biggest difference. I think that if you want to grow your hair, those are the two things that you really don't want to do. You don't want to over process your hair with dyes, and you also really don't want to use heat styling tools on it, because it's going to damage your hair and it's not going to be as healthy and as full as it would be otherwise. Also, along with that third thing, you also want to avoid sun exposure. So just like how the sun damages your skin with the UV rays, it also damages your hair and it photo ages it. So you get freckles from sun exposure or sunburns, but your hair also often lightens and is getting that same UV ray. So you want to avoid that as well. So just be aware of the fact that when you're out, as well as getting sunburn, your hair is getting that same kind of damage. And the fourth thing is something that I've recently started taking, and I've noticed a big difference, and that's with supplementation. Biotin has been shown in studies to really be effective in hair growth. I do want to preface that it will help with hair growth everywhere. So not just on your head, but my hair on my arms grows faster, on my legs grows faster ever since taking Biotin. But I do take it. It's like a hair, skin, nail supplement, so it does help with not just hair growth, but your skin as well and your nails. And also with that, I know that omega-3 is really good, the fatty oils in fish and things like that. That can also help with hair growth, and there's a lot of studies that have shown to improve that, and I'm going to link them in the description if you want to check them out if you don't believe me. But I've been taking those two supplements and I've really seen a difference. And also there are some other studies. I haven't done these per se myself, but using essential oils in your hair as a treatment can really help with hair growth. I know that they've done studies with putting pumpkin seed oil on your hair and jojoba oil on your hair, as well as peppermint oil and rosemary oil. So if you want to try using those as like a hair treatment, those oils specifically have data that shows that they've helped with the health of hair, and with keeping your hair healthy, it also helps with keeping it long and helping it grow. For the sixth thing, I also want to say that you really need to be mindful of your stress levels. If you're really stressed, your body, it really makes your body kind of go into shock, and you can not only break out, but your hair can fall out if you're very stressed. So be aware of that. When I'm really stressed, I generally get like canker sores, I get acne, and my hair kind of falls out more than it would normally. So I think that managing your stress levels is a big thing to be aware of when you're trying to grow out your hair. Don't like fret about it. Hair grows naturally about an inch a month, so just be aware of that as well. Oh my gosh, it got really bright. I need to turn this exposure down. Ah! Okay. Seventh tip I want to mention is I'm considering using a silk pillowcase. I actually have one. Ah! Now, this is my silk pillowcase. It's just white. I really love it. I asked for it for Christmas this past year, and I sleep with it every night, and it's not only good for like growing out your hair, but it's also good for your skin. I have really sensitive skin, so I definitely recommend. Also recommend with using like a silk pillowcase also to towel dry your hair with like a cotton t-shirt instead of like a really thick heavy towel, like a bath beach towel. You're better off using something less thick, I guess. A more natural fiber is a better option when drying your hair. So even if you want to use like an old soft t-shirt or something, and also instead of brushing your hair right away, letting it dry, the water from your hair, letting that like sort of go away before really going in and brushing your hair, it'll prevent like split ends and things like that. I do recommend that. I try to let my hair air dry. Sometimes I'm not the best at it, but I do know that your hair is more prone to splitting and getting split ends if you brush it when it's really wet. And the last thing I want to mention is haircuts. So yes, you should cut your hair, and if you do want to grow it though, I don't recommend cutting it more than like once or twice a year, because otherwise it's not going to grow. And often I've gone to like get my hair cut, and I've asked for like a small trim or like an inch off, and they'll cut like 3 inches, which is, you know, several months of hair growth. So if you really want to grow out your hair, I only recommend getting a haircut if you have severe split ends and it's like messing up with your hair actually getting longer because it just keeps like splitting. Then you get a haircut to prevent that, but you really don't need one if you're trying really hard to grow out your hair and things like that. So just avoid any kind of harsh treatments to your hair. Treat it very gently. Avoid trying to dye it, and it'll grow. My hair was like this length a few years ago, and I've grown it out, and it's like thick and healthy, and it's its natural color, and it just feels really soft and nice. And all I really do is I avoid like styling it too much. I don't dye it, and I make sure to use a conditioner, and I avoid washing my hair every day. I try to do it every other day, every few days. But I also do recommend like essential oils and hair masks. Those can really help, as well as like considering supplementing and making sure you're not deficient in anything, or anything that could prevent you from not having normal hair growth, which would be like deficient in certain vitamins or minerals. So make sure that you're all like good on your health, and I hope this advice helps you. Just to give you an idea from the back, this is how long it's gotten. It's quite long, I think. But yeah, I'm really happy. I'm trying to grow my hair down to my waist, so I'm still in the hair growth process, but I'm definitely, those are like some tips and tricks that I've learned along the way. Again, all the studies and things that I've mentioned, I'll list them down below, and I really hope you found this useful. Let me know what else you'd like to see from me. Make sure to subscribe, comment below. I respond to every single comment, so I will get back to you. And follow me on social media. I have Instagram, and check out my Patreon too. I do a lot of photography on there if you're interested. Thank you for watching. Bye.